Hey y'all, I'm EJ, you're you. Welcome to my channel. Winter. That saucy mistress. That chilly lady. That... What am I doing? What am I saying? Winter is coming, but not until December 11th, so calm down, Jon Snow. So what the heck are we supposed to do until then? Well, don't worry, guys. I'm here, I'm queer, and I have some ideas. Well, here are a few design ideas that you can use to help fill the transition from fall to winter. These are things that will help get your island in the winter spirit before the snow falls, but also things that will look good in both late fall and early winter. So let's get into it. But first, use Blizzard on that subscribe button, hit that like button with some icy wind, and finish off that comment box with Aurora Beam, and enjoy. So, we've got 4 different sections to help you winterify your island, starting with Greenery. Now, the good news is trees, shrubs, hedges, and I guess grass will get covered in snow. So for the most part, your greenery will transition to winter without you having to lift a little dainty finger. What won't change, though, is your flowers. So what should you do about those? So for me, I'm planning on getting rid of my yellow and orange flowers I was using for fall and replacing them with white and blue flowers. But that's in a few weeks. So for now, for all y'all with natural islands like moi, I suggest starting to get rid of your yellow and orange flowers and put more white flowers in. I will say that I think personally most red flowers are actually going to look pretty good in winter, so I think you can keep those. Now shrub wise, I am a crazy person and I love getting the in-season shrubs all the time. So I definitely would suggest shaking down leaf for those holly bushes that are going to look so good with snow on them and the little red berries. Ooh. I also like to use out-of-season shrubs because I think they add a nice different texture and shades of brown that will turn to blue later to your island. And also pumpkins. That's right, you heard me. If you've seen my most recent speed build, you know that I am crazy about putting the pumpkins in. I think they add a great other textural element to your areas, and honestly, I think that they'll look great with the snow and everything under them. I think they're gonna add a nice pop of color, because you don't want everything to look just, white, right? But I suppose that we should probably put things other than plants on our island, which brings us to accents. Now, I consider accents to be little custom designs, dropped items, and smaller furniture pieces. So for this winter transition, I'm thinking of the late fall growing up, where there'd be sticks and leaves on the ground and lots of debris that, fell. So throw around those sticks, throw around those acorns and pine cones, and leave those mushrooms artfully placed. Because I think that once winter comes around, they're going to look extra cute and provide nice breaks from all the whites and the grays and blues of the snow. Now, in terms of small furniture items, I think the brown leaf piles will look totally, perfect in the winter. And honestly, I think even the red leaf piles will look pretty nice, which is good because we only get them starting on the 16th of November, which means we have basically 20 days to enjoy the maple leaf items. So I think that the red leaf piles are going to look really nice. I guess technically they wouldn't show up in the real world, but the game is a fantasy, so calm down. Another accent idea is log stools, because y'all, look at this pattern that I found on the Instagram. Cute, right? So the idea of this is that you're turning the log stool into a tree stump, as you can clearly see, because that's what it looks like, that's the pattern. So you just place down the pattern, you put the stool on top of it, and it looks like that stump. And I think what's really cool about this is that you could turn it into a birch stump. They also have different colors for all of the customization options, so you can go ahead and get creative, let your imagination run wild. But I'm personally going to use the birch stumps, and I think that those with the red leaf piles would look cool, and Game of Thrones, Winterfell, cute. So now, next up, we have paths. Paths. So what are you going to do for the late fall, winter? There are basically, in my mind, 3 good options that you have. The first is custom design patterns, aka the path. So the pattern that I've been using on my island is this one. I really love that, and I think it's great for the fall transition because there are transparent tiles in between each of like the little like bricks. So when the snow falls, it's gonna look as though the snow is popping through and it's bricks with snow on them. Cute! You can also use the basic dirt path, which I think will still look nice with the snow, but also I found that this same designer actually created another version of the path that looks a lot like the retro Animal Crossing stones, and I think it's gonna look sickening with the winter and the snow, so check them out. The second path option that you have is just using the in-game roads, but you can put some customization on them. So if you didn't know, if a custom design has a single transparent pixel in it, it can be placed on top of the in-game paths. And in the past, I've used this to put stone borders on my paths, but you can also use this cute snow pattern that I found to make it all wintry. Though, to be quite honest, I don't think that would really fit with the theme of transitions, but I just thought it was a cute pattern, so I thought I'd show it to you. The last option that you have is really just to use the in-game roads without the customization. I mean, I think they look great. They have more variation than any kind of custom design code you're going to be able to find. And, you know, they save you custom design slots. So if you want to use your custom design slots for other things, go ahead and use those in-game paths. They're going to transition to winter without you having to do literally anything. They're just ready to go. So use them. And lastly, we have little design areas. So I had a few ideas for some areas that will help your island move gracefully to winter. So first up, we have a Christmas tree farm. Now this is a little spoilery for my next speed build, but you know, I figure I like you guys. I'll let you in on a secret. So I got this idea from Animal Crosser Olivia on Instagram. Here's her Instagram, follow her out. And I saw it, I was like, ooh, love this. Definitely gonna use this. And this is a great way to use the space that you had set aside for your pumpkin patches. And it's honestly very easy to do. So to start off, you're going to outline the area that you want to use with the fence of your choice. I suggest using the barbed wire fence or the corral fence because I think they look the most farmy. Then you're going to lay down a dirt path, either the dark dirt or the light dirt. I use dark dirt, but yeah, you do you. The next thing you're going to do is plant some pine starts. You're going to want to space them out just like you were planting normal trees, but keep them as close as you possibly can. The next thing you're going to do is either wait till the next day or time travel, and you're going to start to see that the trees are growing. Now, to freeze any of the pine trees in their growth stage, you're going to place a fruit tree. You're going to plant a piece of fruit next to that in one square adjacent to the pine start, and that will freeze its growth at whatever state it's in. Now, I suggest doing a few different growth stages from the very, very tiny ones all the way up to the big mamas, you know. Then I would suggest just arranging them in a way that is varied and pleasing to the eyes. Put some weeds and pine saplings around to fill up the space and move on to the front. Now, in the front area, I used some cypress trees to look like small pine trees, as well as a stall customized to use red plaid from Sable to save you some design slots. I put a trees bounty tree and a pine start, and there you go. So, you know, a Christmas tree farm. I think it looks very cute, very fun. Try it out. Next up, we have a farmer's market. Now, I live in New York, so we have a bunch of, farmers markets and things like that all around. And just like in a bunch of other cities, they turn into open air holiday markets with different gifts and things that you can buy. And I think that they are just so fun. And since I can't actually experience them in real life, I'm going to use them in the game. So here we have 3 different stalls. In the middle, we have a bakery stall. We have a couple custom designs I'll put in the description to make it look like there's bread bowls. There's a simple panel. It's custom designed to make it look like it's shelves of bread in the back. I have a cutting board and a menu. To the left, we have like a fall food kind of thing. So there's some pumpkins. We have the truffles, some mushrooms, as well as a little cider station. And to the right, we have a fruit stand. And now the fruit stand is the thing that I'm going to turn into like a more holiday themed stand for the holiday market. So you see that I changed the bench into a big festive tree, and over in this fruit stand it's now like a gift wrapping stand. So we have the celebratory candles because Hanukkah, and we have gift wrap, and I wrapped up a gift, which is, spoiler alert, a stick. So this is just a cute little open air holiday market. Quick transition, bam, you're ready for winter. And last, but certainly not least, we have a banquet table. So for me, obviously, November and December are all about gathering with family or chosen family. So why not do that with your villagers with a little banquet table? It's perfect for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. So all I did for this section was I just customized some pine log tables with birch and tablecloths. These are all things that are available in the customization options, no design slots used. Then the next thing I did was I chose a bunch of different kinds of stools because I wanted to make it look as though, you know, people just grabbed whatever stool they had in their house, they brought it out to this banquet table. It's a real potlucky, you know, community kind of feeling. Then on the table, I put mom's cake that she sent you a few months ago, a rotating spice rack. I put that bread thing from the farmer's market, and I put the cutting board. And I think that this looks like it's ready to go, but if you want to turn it into a little bit more holiday-y once the snow falls, I suggest using a small trees bounty tree. I think it looks, you know, extra festive, and yeah, so that's the last option. So there you go. I hope you guys got some ideas from this video. I hope that you feel inspired to get your late fall, early winter vibes on. Let me know in the comments what things you guys are thinking of doing to help you transition your islands to winter. And make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe to see the next video that I got going up. And, you know, stay safe out there. See ya.